Hey, what's good, everybody? This is EJ,
Your boy Kenny.
This is Francis.
and this is the Banter 3 FC podcast. We're three friends that love the game and love talking about football. Let's get into it. All right. So today is the end of the first weekend of the Premier League season. A good bunch of games everybody played, a bunch of good games, a couple bad ones. But I think we'll zero in on our favorite team's
Speak for
performances,
yourself.
how we did. Well,
We'll get into it. Yeah.
We'll get into it.
The good games.
Yeah, the good games. But we'll review our games. We'll talk a little bit about transfers because it looks like the transfer window is about to end in a couple of weeks, and then we'll kind of give a preview of what the upcoming games are going to look like. So, who wants to start?
Start in chronological order: Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay. Avoiding at all costs. Yeah, I could start, EJ. Glory, Man United.
This rubbish again. Go ahead.
Listen, it wasn't the best performance. We all said this right after the game. Could they have done a better job of finishing things off early? My main man, Bruno Fernandes, 2 glorious chances to put the game away. If we had made those, capitalized on those couple opportunities, the game would have gone a lot different. But, first game of the season, we'll take the 3 points. My thing is I want to see how we build moving forward. We had a lot of these close games where if we could have just scored 1 or 2, the game would probably been over. But we kept teams in the game, then we'll get punished on a counter, and then we're chasing the game. So it's a good start. We got the 3 points. Still very sloppy. You saw the miss that Garnacho had. Rashford looked good. Casemiro looked very good. So 2 good signs there. And just looking to build on it. I'm not going to get too high, too low. Definitely not the performance I want to see moving forward. But, hey, we'll take the 3 points and build from there. What you guys see?
Francis, you look like you got something to say.
At the end of the day, it's match day 1. There's going to be jitters for everybody. It's a brand new season. You got the job done. It wasn't pretty by any stretch of the means. But, I mean, hey, you came away with 3 points. Now it's just like I think you were just saying, now it's just time to build on. Make sure you now start performing. That's all. Can't ask for too much right now. It's early in the season. But, when things start getting, the season starts getting packed with more and more games for you, that's when we'll see how things really start rallying up for you.
We'll see.
Okay. Well, I'll say this. You guys definitely created chances. And the most important thing is that you won the game, because if you lost, that would have been the topic of discussion up until next week. For me personally, there were a couple standout performances that I really liked. Joshua Zirkzee came in and did his thing. He looked really good. New signing Mazraoui, he looked good. Like, he did everything that he needed to do. Didn't overcomplicate things. You look like you got a competent right back that can be involved in the game now. Rashford looked normal again. You know how he has his one-off.
Our number 10,
season?
yeah, our number
Yeah.
10 has returned.
Yeah,
whoever,
so I think this
whoever
is
that
his
was,
season.
yeah.
But Casemiro, he's an interesting one. For me personally, I think he played well, and I mentioned it during the game. We were talking. I say he played well. One thing that I will say is, even though he played well, I'd like to see him in a game that is more like faster pace, because I think that was what his issue was last year. In the games that were higher pace, he struggled a lot. His legs couldn't handle it. But like I said, first game of the season, got the 3 points. That's all you can ask for. Keep it pushing on to next week. Hopefully things keep building. and we'll kind of see where it goes from there.
Yeah, that's a good point. With Casemiro, I'm hoping because even the end of last season, honestly, it didn't matter if it was a slow pace, fast paced. He just looked bad. He just looked terrible. So, yeah, like he was just stuck. So it was good to finally see him kind of get that fire back. Then I made this point too that we'll talk about it more when we get to the transfers, but he's not a player at this point in his career that should be playing 90 minutes every single game.
Week out.
Yeah, it can't happen because you're going to burn him out. Got to treat him as a luxury player, play him in important games, obviously.
Like what Arsenal do with Jorginho.
Stop.
It's similar. In the big games, they put him. All right.
Come on.
Hey, you got.
Come on.
J20.
You see this?
J20.
This he's starting, Francis, because this is what he does. This is what he does. Arsenal wins, and now like Jorginho. Who the hell, Jorginho?
No, this is going back to last year. We literally only played him in the big games. You just said it, luxury player.
Right, but Casemiro is
You're looking too deeply into. I'm not comparing the careers of the two players. I'm literally saying use them in the same way as what Arsenal does with Jorginho. Play him in the big games. He can't play every single. Yeah, don't read too deeply.
Okay, but I still think you can't. I still think that Casemiro could play more games than that, though. He could play more games than that. I just don't need him to play 90 minutes every single game. That's all. Yeah, Jorginho, I feel like didn't play enough. We definitely need Casemiro to play more than that. But yeah, we'll see how the season goes. Hopefully, as we'll touch on the transfers, but hopefully we get some additional pieces. And yeah, it's a good win. Brought up a good point with Xerxes. Very, very clinical finish. Poacher's finish. I'm excited to see the dynamic once Rasmus comes back. How they're gonna kind of play out, but it's good that we finally have some sort of competition as a striker. We haven't had that in a long time. So yeah, I'm excited.
I will say this though. I will add this in. I like Xerxes because he looks like he's the type of striker that can come into the build-up play, not like how Haaland or Hodgland kind of plays where they're literally just a hold-up player. Xerxes can get into the mix and get into the action a little bit. So I'll definitely say that. He looks like he's like a good footballer, if that makes sense. So
yeah.
We'll see how his career progresses. Yeah, he's a big body. He's a very, very big body. So
yeah, he is. Yeah, excited to see that. Yeah, and still, waiting for some of our key players to come back in the fold. It was good that we gave Mazraoui, De Ligt, their debuts. So yeah, I'm excited.
I do have one
to touch on who's
Fulham
next.
side.
Arsenal.
I want to touch on the Fulham side first. Fulham did look a little better than what I was expecting them to look, but I think the reason why they don't have like the total quality to like punish you guys when you guys make mistakes or punish you guys when they get an opportunity. So I think if they were a bit more clinical, that would have made the game a little bit more interesting. Because I don't think the game would have finished 1-0. It could have been a tie, or it could have been a game where you guys scored 3
like
goals.
3-2.
They scored 2. Yeah, exactly. So that's how I kind of saw it.
Tie, but I digress.
No, it shouldn't. And if you remember last season, that was when my Nigerians, it broke my heart, Iwobi and Basi. They couldn't finish anything in AFCON, but they come back and they scored 2 goals against United, and they ended up beating us. Right? Yeah. So this isn't, like I said, I think this is just a matter of them not being in kind of mid-season form. If it was mid-season, they would have definitely finished a couple of those chances. So yeah, shout out to my boy Andres Pereira. He knew what he was doing. Manchester boy through and through.
Want to give a little small shout out to ESR.
Oh,
That's what we know.
Made his way on to Fulham. Wishing him nothing but the best.
ESR brace.
Let's dive into the Arsenal Wolves game. So, come on, you Gunners. It was a good start to the season. The boys started the season off at home, did what they needed to do. I'm not going to get too high on it. First game of the season was just good to see, like, all of our players back. Partey's back and he's healthy, played the full 90 minutes. Jurrien Timber, he came in, he played. It was good to finally see him, get a run of games together between preseason and now. Declan Rice is back. Bukayo Saka just picking up right where he left off from the Euros. Declan Rice, Kai Havertz scoring again, Supreme Kai as I like to call him, getting in the goals. So it was a good performance. There was a spell that I was a bit worried where we looked like the quality dropped, but then after Saka scored again, we kind of just tightened up shop from there. So I'm just hoping that we continue to keep this momentum going, because last year I think we started off really slow, and that ultimately led to what showed up to be our downfall at the end of the season. So I want us to make sure that we start the season strong and we just keep on staying consistent, because if we want to win the title this year, that's the only way we're going to do it. Stay consistent, do the same thing, beat the teams we're supposed to beat, and get points, get results. So that's all I got. Y'all talk to me. What do y'all think?
Francis, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, similar to Man United, first game, probably a little bit jitters, although you guys should have won, and you guys took care of business, I think Kai scored the first goal, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Supreme Kai.
Yeah,
Supreme
good header
Kai.
there. And I forgot who scored the second goal.
Saka.
Bukayo.
Oh, of course.
Star
Boy, yes. That near post finish, great goal by him. There was a little situation that happened about a potential red card. I don't think that's a red card. Glad that wasn't called.
Let's actually dive into that. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Some on here may think that's a red card. Football's a contact sport. Let's be real, but it's okay. But yeah, other than that, like I said, beginning of the season, your hand of business got the win. Now it's just churn it out. You can't be having these little slip ups. So do your thing. Keep knocking on the door and trying to actually win. Not actually win. You must win actually this year. So go ahead. Keep at it.
There's just a tinge of hate in that statement.
Can there be any hate? How?
Championship or bust.
That's what it is.
My quick recap. It wasn't much to it. Pretty much just taking care of business. This is a Wolves team that lost their best player to Chelsea. So has everyone in the world. But yeah, it's just like a Wolves team that, you weren't really expecting much, and that's kind of how the game went. The only chances that they got was out of Arsenal being sloppy. The Saliba pass to Cunha, which kind of gave me flashbacks to last season when I think it was Raya, if I'm not mistaken. That pass, that was Zinchenko, right? Zinchenko. Accident waiting to happen. So I think, again, these are teams. If that was Cunha in form, he's gonna bury that. So, yeah. So, I mean, but it was business as usual. You guys controlled the game pretty much from start to finish. Deserved win, and yeah, nothing much to it. Took care of business at home. But yeah, to that, we could talk about the red card thing. I agreed that I would say yellow. I didn't see any throat grab. What I saw was the defender slam his hand into like the chest neck area, but I didn't see him actually grab. And then I feel like after he did that, he then realized like, oh, this is crazy. Like I might get a red if I continue applying pressure. And then he kind of released, was like, all right, I'm falling. But that's what I saw. Didn't see as a red. If it's Casemiro, it's a red. But if we're looking at just pure, with our eyes, that is not a red card to me. That's a yellow and a talking to.
So the angle that I'm coming from is, I'm not saying he was like trying to strangle him, but like in the Newcastle Southampton game, how Schär got a red card because he just did that motion right there and kind of like headbutted him. That's the angle that I'm coming from. It doesn't even matter how hard you do it. If you just do that motion right there, it's automatic red card. They take you out every time. So like my thought process is, if you put your hand around somebody's throat, that because I think they gave Casemiro a red card for that. Was it last year or the year before?
It was last year, but no, he had both hands.
That was a Crystal Palace game, right?
Yes.
It wasn't.
I
He
think it was
didn't
Crystal
like
Palace.
reach out and go like this. It wasn't that.
No, he literally
On
did
the sideline,
this.
I remember that.
Yeah, even though Crystal Palace player, I forgot who it was, did the exact same thing, but they didn't see that one. But I digress.
Yeah. So for me, like if they
Reputation goes a long
didn't
way.
Stop.
if they didn't give a red card and they gave a yellow card, I would have been okay with that. But like to me, if you put the hands around the throat, it's a red card. But hey, they didn't give it. It is what it is. So we'll see. I want to see Francis's reaction specifically when that type of scenario happens for him later on,
You will see it.
or his
We'll see
club.
if it even happens.
So we'll see.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Can't wait for this.
And last but not least, let's dive into it. Manchester City versus Chelsea Football Club. At the Bridge, might I add.
I want to say this to start off with. Obviously, the Premier League starts August 17th, 18th, that weekend, right? For everybody. Personally, Chelsea's Premier League starts next weekend for me. Last week, this was a write-off. Straight up, this was a write-off. We're coming home. We're playing defending champions. We're already in a mess of a situation right now. But if we're going to dive into the game, I'll keep it kind of short and sweet for today. In the first half, I think we actually played pretty decent. The only person who I don't have the patience for it this year. I understood last year. He came in from Villarreal. It's fresh, cool. I don't have the patience for it this year. Nicholas Jackson, you better step your stuff up this year. I can't do it. I cannot do it. Nkunku looked bright. Palmer, Cole's gonna be Cole regardless. We know who he is. The midfield, I like to call it LFC. Lavia, Fernandez, Caicedo.
The pivot.
I think midfield 3. Excuse me. I think Lavia had actually a really good game. A really good game. Caicedo, he was bright, had little sparks, had moments. Enzo, it was decent, but to the standard of what I hold him to, not good enough. His first touch was just, sometimes I'm like, bro, what are you doing, dog? Come on, just control the ball. First goal from Haaland, oh my days. I mean, a back line, Fofana, and Caldwell, Jesus, you people just, I don't know what the heck that was. And then Cucurella got tossed like a rag doll on that. Obviously, Haaland's Haaland. That's a real finisher right there.
EJ, sorry. At this point, we gotta put that video. Cucurella.
I just saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
We gotta put that video in there.
I saw the
Continue.
I saw it. I didn't even realize he said that. I'm like, you freaking.
It was after I watched that before. It was right after the Euros. It was mad weird. Like, why are you talking about Haaland? You just won the Euros. But
You foolish Bayao. I don't know why he said that, but okay. Yeah, so that's what he gets, unfortunately. Karma's real in this world. But yeah, Haaland did his thing, finished it as he should. Second goal. Oh God, I mean, it pained me to watch this one. This is when I saw this. I literally just turned around and just lied down in my bed. I'm like, I can't believe this happens. Mateo Kovacic only scores bangers. Let alone, leave the goal alone. He actually had a extremely good game in the midfield. He was doing whatever he wanted to do almost, and this is without Rodri. Like in the midfield,
playing Rodri's role basically,
literally doing it by himself. And then, of course, the banger of a goal. And where is Petrovic? I'm not dealing with the rubbish that Robert Sanchez is going to do this year. I'm not. He's not my number one goalkeeper. I've said it from last year. I'll say it again this year. I want him sold. I don't want him on my team. He's not good enough. No. So, other than that, like I said, bright spots from the team. Maresca has a lot of work to do. And the season starts for us at Wolves next weekend, next Sunday. So, that's all I got for today. Gentlemen, floor is yours.
Kenny?
Yeah. I'll make it quick. I mean, started this way. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all at this result. Had City winning, I thought they would score. I believe I predicted like 3. It would be like a 3-1 scoreline to City. Honestly, the first half, you guys didn't play bad at all, like you said. I think there was a couple of chances you could have had. And then was the Nicolas Jackson offside? That was the first half as well. That's inexcusable. You're literally, he sees the whole line.
Use your eyes, bro.
Yeah, he's not like in the middle of the defenders where it could be, dicey. He's literally the last man, and you see the line.
Yep.
So inexcusable. So yeah, you guys had a couple chances, and like I always say, for some reason, Chelsea plays City well. City weren't, the best version of City. They're still bringing on Foden slowly, coming back from the Euros and all that. So he didn't even start. So I like the way Savinho looked once they switched him to Cucurella's side. He was cooking him. He was cooking him before he got hurt. So, yeah, City weren't the best version of City and didn't expect Chelsea to win regardless. But, yeah, it's just some things that are concerning. It's just, I don't know if Nicolas Jackson could be your number one striker at this point in his career. I think, I don't know why, but he's still raw. Like, he's still raw. And he needs to be able to develop very quickly if he's going to have a chance to be a starting Premier League player for Chelsea.
I won't speak this yet, but there is potential coming. That's all I would say.
Yeah, no, we all know. We'll talk about that at the transfers, but I'll leave it there. And EJ, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it real short and sweet. I've been saying this about Chelsea for the past 2, maybe 3 years. There's no plan, there's no order, there's no structure. It's just vibes. Between the transfer strategy, I don't know what your strategy is. The coaching strategy, I don't know what it is. The on-field strategy, I don't know anything. The ownership, I don't know anything. Pochettino was you guys' shining light last season, in my opinion, outside of Cole Palmer. You had something that finally showed consistency and structure, and you found a way to ruin it, which I don't know how or why. But I think it's just going to be another year of what it's been these past 2 years, where you guys just keep going down because you had a blueprint and you basically just crumpled the paper up and threw it out. Now you got to start all over. You're buying a bunch of players. You literally have 50 players on your
45.
roster. Oh, sorry, 45. I don't know. I don't know. That I can't really I don't know. So
With more coming.
with more coming apparently. Jao Felix, sorry. But we'll touch on that later. I don't have anything else to say. Wait. I was a little bit disappointed. I thought Cole Palmer was going to play better than he did. And Cuckoo looked really good. It's good to see Wesley Fofana's back. Lavia looked good. And Nicholas Jackson is just being Nicholas Jackson. He has the qualities to be a really good striker, but I don't know I don't know.
Even that chance, I think it was the second half, where the ball kind of was up in the air and he was falling, but all you had to do was put it either side of Ederson,
Yeah, when
and he hit it straight at him.
Straight at him, yeah.
It's like,
Or even the time when he was offsides and he was dribbling, and I was just literally screaming at my TV for him to shoot, and he went.
Just
in.
shoot
Oh,
the
yeah.
ball.
Yeah.
It's harder. It's harder to miss than it is to score with him. Like I don't understand.
You gotta
I
ask Nico
digress.
himself.
I don't want to hear
But,
this. I don't want to hear this tone. EJ, hold on. I don't want to hear this tone.
What
from
tone?
you.
What tone?
Just last year, he was Didier Drogba the second.
You know,
let's hold
let's
on.
actually dive
So
into
I don't
that.
want to.
Hold on.
I don't want to.
No,
I don't
no,
want
no.
to hear this tone from
Because
you. No.
On this day, wearing this number, at this time in the match, you sent us a video or a picture or something comparing him to Didier Drogba. That was the most absolute disrespectful thing that I've ever seen in my life. That's so disrespectful because Drogba's he's my favorite striker of all time. No, not my favorite, second favorite. And you said that, and it just made me feel somehow. And then just to see how Nicholas Jackson's career has just developed since then.
Your tone has changed. I don't like that.
If
Yeah.
you know me, then you should already know that Drogba is my favorite player of all time. That's all I'm gonna say.
Then why would
That's
you
how
disrespect him in such a way?
disrespectful your statement was.
I would never in my life I would never disrespect the great Didier Drogba. Are you mad?
You did.
You did.
You
You
did.
You did.
We know what we need to do. We gotta find that. We gotta find that clip or whatever.
I'm gonna find
and
that
post
graphic.
it.
Don't worry, I will find it. Don't worry, I'll find it.
Cause your tone is just
My
no. You
Yeah.
don't. No. Keep that same energy.
But,
What did Drake say
I
in
always
that
do.
song?
I
Your
always
tone
do.
has got me.
Yeah. Fix
I
it.
always do.
Yeah.
We don't waver over here. We don't waver.
Okay. Because after one preseason game last year, watch 45. Watch. Yeah.
He had a good goal in preseason against Newcastle. That's fine.
He did.
We
Yeah.
moved though. We
What
moved.
has he done since?
We moved.
But anyways,
But now he has potential. We'll see how he does.
Yep.
yeah. But anyways, let's dive into the second section of this. Transfers. Transfer window's closing in the next couple of weeks. I think it's August 30th,
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
11:59
It-
p.m. What do we have brewing right now?
Well, if we had all day,
Actually,
we can talk Chelsea.
hold on.
But yeah,
Actually, let me start because mine's gonna be quick. Mine's gonna be very, very quick. I'm seeing that Mikel Merino. It looks like that should be happening this week, from what I'm reading from Fabrizio. David Ornstein looks like that transfer saga's been going on all summer. Looks like it should be happening either this week or the beginning of next week. Because I saw Fabrizio tweet the eyes. When he does that on a pinned tweet, something's loading. And then I also saw we're gonna pick up this goalkeeper from Espanyol, John Garcia or something
Yeah, I
like
saw
that.
that today. Yeah.
But that's gonna be dependent on if Aaron
Ramsdale.
Ramsdale goes to Ajax.
Oh,
we'll see what
really?
That
happens
actually be a
there.
good look for him.
Yeah. And then Eddie Nketiah looks like Nottingham Forest. They're trying to make a move for him. So we'll see what happens.
that's
there.
a good club for him. I'm not gonna hold you.
Perfect club for him. Perfect. Stays in London. Still gets to be a part of the Prem and be the main man on a team that really needs a goal scorer.
Chris Wood.
So, Nah, he's better than Chris. Go ahead, Manchester United.
Weren't you calling Chris Wold run? What did you call him last season? When he had that hat trick against Newcastle?
Yeah. They were playing at St. James Park, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he just went crazy.
Yeah,
but anyway, Manchester United, not much going on. Manuel Ugarte has been our top priority. Hoping that comes through. The last thing I saw was that they're looking to do a loan with a buy option. So hopefully, because we definitely need someone of his caliber just to shore up our midfield and provide that backing for Casemiro, and someone that could be a starter right away. So that's our top priority. I think we have more about players trying to leave than anything. Scott McTominay still Scotty too hotty, my boy. I want him to stay, but completely understand if he has to leave. And then also with Jadon Sancho, I guess the PSG links. I've heard Chelsea. At this point, I've heard everyone. So, again, another player that I want to stay. We need wingers, so I don't even know why he would leave. And then also, I know you guys heard about this, Pellistri, leaving to Greece. Very, very strange.
Olympiacos or whatever?
Yeah.
I did see that.
Strange deal to me. I think he deserves a shot to fight for some minutes this season, especially after his Copa America performances. I thought he did a great job for Uruguay. But yeah, I know there's always going to be rumors in Manchester United, but those are the top ones.
Okay. I'll keep it short for time's sake.
Can't keep it short with how many signings.
Well, guess what? I'm gonna do just that. Okay. So let's start off with the newest one that just came in about a couple hours ago. João Felix to Chelsea. Here we go. It's been confirmed. He's going to be coming back on a permanent deal. I believe it's for 6 years with a plus option for it to extend. Conor Gallagher will be leaving, so thank you, Conor, for everything.
Is that as part of that deal?
Separate deals, but they're combined. They are. So thank you, Conor Gallagher, once again for everything you've done.
Through the profit and sustainability.
Yeah, I'm that's a whole nother show we can have, to be honest. But yeah, so Giles here, Conor's out. I didn't touch on this in my review, but obviously you guys are aware of the statement dropped by Raheem Sterling.
I saw that.
Yeah. You're not worth the money, Raheem. Get out my club, bro. I'm not gonna hold you no more.
Wait, what did he say? What did he say?
Basically, his management team is like, Raheem came back early, 2 weeks early. He's been putting a lot of effort. He's had a good preseason. We thought he was going to be a part of the squad yesterday, but he wasn't. But, he still wants to play for Chelsea and everything. But, bro, we're paying you $300K plus in wages, and you haven't delivered on anything. Literally. That's too much money. So, get you out. So, there was talks about him with a link to Juventus, I believe. So, that's a possibility. Pedro Neto had a good, I didn't even talk about this, but Pedro Neto did have a good little show.
A little cameo.
Yeah, good debut. And only other potential sign that I can think of right now is the big striker that's potentially becoming. Lukaku deal is part of that potentially. That looks to be.
I saw that was separate as well.
Yeah, you know how they work clearly.
PSR.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's really it from me right now on our end in terms of transfers. But we'll see how the week goes.
I feel like with Chelsea, just by the hour.
Yeah, it's fine.
50 players loading. All right. Next segment. Upcoming games that we got this upcoming weekend. We're going to give a quick preview. Let's start with you, Francis. Who you got this weekend? Since your Premier League starts this upcoming weekend.
Yeah.
Yes. We play at Wolves on Sunday. Prediction as well. I expect them to come out ready to go. Like, now it's time for real business because skill-wise and on paper, we have a better team than Wolves. Yes. So, my prediction, unfortunately, I still don't have a lot of faith in this defense, so I'm going to say 2-1 Chelsea away at Wolves.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I think it's going to be 2-1 Wolves.
It's fair.
I would. I'm gonna go with draw. 1-1.
Okay, that's fair.
All right.
Are you want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Manchester United. We are at Brighton. I'm a little scared about this one, guys.
Brighton, 7:30 a.m.
Yeah, first game yet again. I will make my prediction. I will go 2-2 draw. I think Brighton starting off the way they did against Everton kind of boosted their confidence a lot. They're a team that we can't do what we did against Wolves. They're going to finish their chances. They have a lot of dangerous players. And we can't play around. And we've struggled with them for the past 2-3 years, even at home. So I say 2-2. I think we're going to leave some gaps to counterattacks. But I also feel like we can do the exact same thing back to them. So 2-2.
This at Amex?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think they changed the name.
Oh, really?
But yeah.
No, it's still Amex. It's still Amex.
Really? I'm seeing Falmer Stadium.
No. Who knows?
Nah, Falmer, England, American
Hey.
Express Stadium.
Got it.
Yeah, not in tune. With that being said, Saturday morning early kickoff. You know how that goes. Big six teams always have trouble. Brian coming off a great win against Everton, 3-0. I think they're going to continue on. 2-1 to the Seagulls.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm predicting 2-2 as well, because Brighton, they are a lot more clinical than who did you guys play the other day? Than
Fulham.
But if Xerxes starts, he could make another impact. So we'll see how it goes. But I predict a draw, and I'm gonna go with 2-2.
Please let Xerxes start. I don't want to see that guy wearing number 7. Please.
MM7, I think he should be starting for you
Big
guys next
7.
week.
Big 7.
He should be starting for you
Big
next week.
7.
If I wanted someone to just run, I couldn't put my niece out there if I wanted someone to just run around all day. Please.
Okay, last game. Villa versus Arsenal at Villa. Whew. That's a big.
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
a
big
bang
game.
right there.
Very early in the season. Villa has given us trouble for a few years now. I even go back to when Jack Grealish was still there. That's never an easy game, and I think it's gotten harder since Unai Emery has gotten there. So I wish this game came closer to the middle of the season when we're up and running. All the guns are firing. You know what I'm saying? But if we want to be as serious as what we want to be, and we want to win the Prem, these are the games we got to go and win.
Absolutely.
We have to go there and get a result. You know what I'm saying? So I predict. I think I'm going to talk with my heart, not my head. I predict a 2-1 win away at Villa. It's gonna be a tough game, but I think if we just go there and are clinical, we'll do it. Because in the last 2 times we played against them, when we played against them at Villa, they scored in the first 5 minutes, and they did absolutely nothing the rest of the game. We just couldn't score. Then, second time we played against them, we dominated them the first half. We just couldn't score. And then they scored two counterattacks on us. And then that kind of that's all she wrote. So if we want to be serious, we got to go there, be clinical, and do what we got to do, handle business. So that's my prediction.
Yeah, I agree. I had 2-1 as well. I think based on last year and some of your past experiences, I actually disagree with you in the fact that it's better it's happening now. It's better that the game is happening earlier in the season rather than any pressure being built kind of later on in the season. So I think this is going to be a positive result for you guys. I think Saka's going to play well again. And yeah, I do see a 2-1. I wasn't convinced with Villa's performance this past weekend.
I don't know, man. Onana looks good, bro. He looks good.
He scored a header. He's like 8 feet tall. Congrats. But no, he's a good player. They won. I do like Duran a lot. But yeah, it wasn't, again, start of the season, but it wasn't the Villa that kind of we saw last year. It was a bit of a choppy performance, but they got the win. So yeah, I think the way Arsenal looked versus the way Villa looked, I got Arsenal 2-1.
This is tough. I think because it's early in the year still, I'm going to go with a 1-1 tie, especially because it's away at Villa. I think right now this specific match was, at this time, playing at the Emirates, you guys will win, but I think this is going to be a 1-1. Still early in the year, but it's okay.
That should be a good game, though. I feel like it's always a great environment, and Unai Emery seems to have some sort of tactical genius against Arteta. So yeah,
against my manager.
You got to win these games.
Yeah, if we want to be serious, these are games we got to win.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, thanks again for tuning in. I think that's about it, right, boys?
Yeah.
See
Till
you
next week.
Keep the blue flag flying high.
You couldn't even say it. Please stop.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm just hoping.
Match day 1.
I'm just hoping I come into next week's show like this. If we win, you just gonna see me just like this.
Match day 1. That's it. We move.
All right.
All right,
Peace.
y'all.